Okay, so a lot of people have asked us how we decided to get our 2008 Dodge Ram Bright Red, who we call Clifford. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the story of our truck, Clifford. So we knew we wanted something within the 2500 series. We narrowed it down to a Dodge Ram. We like the Cummins engine, we like the reliability, and we had to have a diesel. So we had that pretty much nailed down. So we looked around the area on websites like Auto Trader and other car sale websites, and we found one that we thought was going to be perfect for us in Phoenix. It's like a 2013 Dodge Ram 2500. It was right around 30K, which is what we wanted to spend for our truck. However, the only sticking point was it wasn't a four-wheel drive. So that was our next question. Do we really need a four-wheel drive? Well, we don't really need a four-wheel drive until you do. The first time we're out in the middle of nowhere, and we do plan to boondock quite a bit, so we're going to be out in the dirt, in the mud. The first time we need a four-wheel drive, we would certainly be glad that we had a truck that had that capability. The truck in Phoenix did not have that capability, so we opted to forego that one. We did find a truck about a week later in Tucson. It was older. It was a 2008 red, this one that I'm sitting in now, Dodge Ram 4x4, but its sticking point was it was a manual transmission. So I'm okay driving manual, but my only concern was in reverse, maneuvering the trailer while also having to work the clutch. It was probably something that I would just kind of get used to, but I wasn't really sure. I was a little nervous on that point. So I went on the Air forums and other discussion websites online to determine whether anybody else has a manual transmission truck or whether people tend to stay away from it. Really, it was a 50-50 kind of thing. It was a toss-up. If you're comfortable with manual transmission, you'll be fine. If you're not comfortable, then you probably should stick with automatic. Ultimately, I like driving manual, and it hasn't really been a problem for me. So we're ultimately glad we went this route. The truck was listed for $27,500, I believe. We offered them $23,000 out the door, which was a little bit of a steep decline from a price perspective. So we settled on $25,000 out the door. So that we felt was a pretty good price for this particular truck. So $25,000 out the door, 2008 Dodge Ram, 115,000 miles, and it's been absolutely perfect. There were a few features the truck had that we didn't even know about. This here is our brake controller. It will apply the brakes in the trailer if we need to slow down, especially quickly, if we're going downhill, or for whatever reason we just need to stop fast. The brake controller will automatically apply the trailer's brakes, usually just in the motion of or in the process of driving. But if I need to apply them manually, all I have to do is flip this switch back and forth, and it will slow down the trailer itself, which will in turn, of course, slow down the truck as well. So this is a really, really useful feature that I didn't even know this truck had. And the second thing is this air ride system here. So this affects the air pressure in the rear of the Dodge Ram. So I just flip the switch back and forth. It raises and lowers the rear of the truck based on whether we're hauling anything or not, and how we want the ride to be. We put in a little bit more air if we have a trailer back there. It rides a little bit stiffer, but it's an easier pull. When we don't have the trailer in the back, we usually pull this down all the way to maybe 0 or 5 pounds of pressure. So we just lower the rear end, and the truck rides a lot better. So this is a really nice system that we didn't even know this truck had, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think the dealer did either. The other thing I want to show you are these towing mirrors that just flip back and forth like this. Again, I didn't know the truck had that, but they do. These are a few $100s if we had that installed, so we don't have to do that, and it works just perfectly for us. And last but not least, you can see the tread on the tires is still pretty good, so we don't even have to worry about that. And so one of the more interesting things about this truck is it looked pretty good on the outside. The inside, it smelled a little bit. When Courtney took the first test drive with me, that was her first impression. Not how powerful the truck was, not how it drove, but the smell on the inside. So needless to say, a couple weeks after, actually it was more like a week after we bought this truck, we also got it detailed inside.